Hello and welcome back to Ways to Disable a Crocodile in 36 Steps. I'm joined today by...
Tee-hee! You get the claw.
Yes, I see. And I'm Corey Kohler. Live
and let die.
Live and let... Ow. That really... Actually, that's kind of painful. Live and Let Die. The first Roger Moore movie. Mind you, this is also the first change over from one Bond to another where we didn't go over the top. We didn't say, hey, everybody, it's a new Bond. They were just like, yeah, no, this is it.
Like, we're not going to put him in the intro. We're going to have this really rocking song. And then, I don't know, he's laying there in bed with one of his colleagues.
Top 5 James Bond themes, by the way. Paul McCartney.
Top 2.
You can't go any wrong with that. That's good stuff.
Plus, they sing it in the movie in the
yeah, they
Asian
do.
Voodoo Club. That was
I forgot
cool.
about that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, the first Roger Moore movie, which is funny because the Roger Moore era for me, the last I recall it, is campy. And this movie has a little camp. I don't think it's over the top camp, but there's camp. But I think it works well. I think they play it off not so much over the top fun, but just it fits the cultural setting, it fits what they're going for. I'm on board with this.
Yeah, there's definitely a movement now to more fun, a little silly, a little too silly types of things. Not always. And I feel like sometimes it pushes the humor a little too hard. But I really like Roger Moore's Bond. I think he's got this dry, sarcastic, like, tongue-in-cheek, like...
Yeah.
Like, he's a little more, like, light and, like, sassy.
He's got a suave likability.
Like, when he slaps women, I forget how many times this happens, but you're like, oh, no, I like him. It's all right, you know? He's
not
like,
that we're endorsing that.
He's not like Sean Connery, who's like, shut up, you woman.
Yeah,
Roger Moore's like, I need answers. Like, okay, so... the scene where...
I think I need you to explain that further.
Okay. The scene where he deflowers Solitaire, and she's pouting because she doesn't have her powers and this and that, and Roger Moore's, like, trying to, like, bring her back down and, like, you know, like, convince her to run away with him and this and that. Like, he's very soft, and it's not just Roger Moore, it's just the way the character is written. Sean Connery would be like, screw this, I'm out of here.
He's
Roger
like,
Moore sits there and he's just like,
Connery would be like, that's a bunch of bull, right?
Right, yeah.
Like, she's like, for Roger Moore, he's like, well, I'm going to treat it because she takes it seriously. I'm going to take it like it is serious.
So he's got a soft side that we haven't seen yet, that I think George Lazenby tried to execute, and I think Roger Moore executes it better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Solitaire as well. I mean, the incomparable Jane Seymour, to where this is her first big movie. Listen, okay, here's the thing about Jane Seymour.
Here we go.
Upon closer inspection of this movie, I don't think she's the greatest actress in the world in this film. I think she's okay. But every time she's on scene, man, ugh. I can't take it.
To me, she doesn't... She has her strengths. She's like reading the tarot cards, and that's cool, interesting, different.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't really do anything flashy, but she's an important part of the story.
Except herself, she's oof.
Yeah, and she feels doing very little. She feels so much better than maybe it's just because we watched Diamonds Are Forever and You Only Live Twice. Like she feels so much more interesting. She's
a far cry from the characters that we've seen before, where the women are very like Bond. But for her, she's playing a character that is like, this is who she is. This is who she knows that she is, and she's such a different contrast to the other women that have come by. I love the villain played. I'm gonna screw up the name pronunciation, but Yaphet Kotto, I think is his name, or Yaphet Kotto. Kananga. I love his performance. I think he's fantastic. He's not even an over-the-top villain to me. He's just a guy who's like, I'm in business. You have to do this for me. And he clearly is like under pressure half the time. And even when he's like Mr. Big in that one scene, I honestly forgot.
Scary.
I forgot that he was Mr. Big.
Mm-hmm.
And the reveal, I'm like, wow, like, okay, that makes
I love
sense
it,
for
like,
this
he,
plot.
like, rips his nose off, and he's like, and Roger Moore's like, wait, who are you? He's like, all right, let me rip a little more off.
All right, here you go.
And then Roger Moore's like, oh God.
Are you okay?
And then he's like a drug dealer's like worst nightmare. He's like, yep, I'm just gonna give $2 billion of heroin away for free and screw everybody up and monopolize the market. And yeah, it's simple, but it's you know what, James Bond needs a little bit of simple because
not end of the world type plot.
Yeah, it can't all be hijacking nukes and having a volcano lair. Like, this guy has a lair, but he's got a pretty simple plan that he executes.
It's the simplicity.
Well.
Yeah, but I love his performance. And I think I remember reading about the actor and what he wanted to bring to the role, and he appreciated that the film was trying to do the like more culturally appropriate stuff. He was like, yeah, I'm really looking forward to being a character who presents my culture and everything. But then it's like the way he's executed, and we'll get to that in a moment, but the way he's executed is very ham-fisted and jokey, and it's like, well, even he was kind of like, oh, this is disappointing.
Yeah, I think him as a villain and his acting performance, he's I would put him in the top, I don't know, 7 Bond villains. But also I love all the henchmen. Like, Teehee is like so sinister, and I love that he's got this like mechanical hand and he's like messing around with the crocodiles.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring chicken McNuggets and feed them to you, but I didn't.
What's the other character's name? The guy who
Whisper.
the makeup.
Like Whisper.
Oh, Whisper. Oh. Yeah, I like Whisper.
No champagne, sir.
What?
I love how like he can save Kang at the end, but he just can't talk loud enough. I don't know. And Baron Samedi, like, oh my god, he's so
good. He's the best.
He's a
ha.
Yeah, they all have great laughs. They're also wonderfully evil and just like capable and great and like good fight scenes.
It's a very strong identity when it comes to villains and who they are. Like, I don't consider any of them over the top, to be honest.
No, I love
they just feel appropriate.
I love the voodoo, and the guy with the snake, like, that's cool, that's unique. So I liked how they brought back Coral Jr., even though he has an accent for some reason and his dad didn't. I don't know, well, it's not really important. But
the continuation is nice. It's nice to see a follow-up.
Yeah, because, like, we all, well, not we all, I don't know if you wanted to, but I wanted to see, I'm like, oh man, what's more Coral?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh cool, Coral Jr. I mean, I had seen these before, but like,
it's a nod to the roots of the series. Yeah, like, with a new Bond, like, let's do...
Yeah, I thought that was a cool touch. I was impressed. And, you know, and Rosie Carver, she's, like, kind of a turncoat, kind of fresh CIA agent who probably falls for Bond a little too easily. But it's nice to see some black people represented in Bond. And it took a while for them to really do it again, but...
So, with all the positives, because we're sounding very positive about the movie, and for the most part, I'm 100% on board with all of it. I don't think it's great, I don't think it's over the top, but it's fun, and it's decent, and it's enjoyable.
Greatest tragedies in all of Bond cinema is, I feel like, I think Corey agrees with me. Yes, you like that.
Do I?
I feel like this could be, without a question, one of the best. Or at least in the top 8, whatever. Just pick a number.
It could have been higher.
Could have been up there, except for 2 very crucial scenes.
Just
sequences.
2. We are both in solid agreement with these 2. Number 1 is the boat chase. It goes entirely too long, first of all. 15 minutes.
Yeah, we went back to this later. I'm like, how long was that scene?
Because I could have sworn.
I think it was 5 minutes, maybe 6.
I could have sworn because, you know, you think in your brain, oh, it was long. It wasn't that long.
There's no way it can be that long.
No, it's 15 minutes long. It's entirely too long. But, and again, it's not necessarily the chase that's the problem. Nothing against Clifton James as an actor.
Because I love him. He's in one of my favorite movies of all time, Cool Hand Luke. He's such a great Southern prison guard. He really is.
He works.
Spent a night in the box. He's not over the top like stupid Southerner.
But he's stupid Southerner here.
So stupid. Stupid.
This movie tried so hard to make him something in this series.
And then they wanted to let's put him in another movie coming soon. I'm like,
it'll be next. It'll be coming up.
No.
But we're just like,
we can't bring back Quarrel. We can bring back this mother pooper. He's just like such an over-the-top character. Y'all haven't seen it or haven't seen it, but
the whole movie would be so much better off without that character. It's such a big
because we get
spot.
to the last, like we're headed in the climax, and then this happens, and it's such a drag, and it's like
it's not
stupid,
funny,
goofy, like it's just
it's just a bore.
It
We're just
slows
like,
it down. It's just. So Corey is actually going to recut that sequence.
We were in discussions with that. We were like, you know what? I like doing fan edits on my side just as a project. I think I could save that. I think I could cut all that out. And I might upload this to... I think I'll upload this to the channel.
He is going to do this.
Oh, I will? Okay.
Mark my words. No new taxes. Corey is going to cut off every single shot that has J.W. Pepper in it.
I'll do that.
Because it's not needed. The police are very lightly needed in that sequence. Probably put some music in the beginning.
Oh, yeah. There's barely any music in it.
Barely music.
Yeah. Again, why are we afraid of using music in these movies?
I don't know, you need something to just,
We gotta have a little fun. Get the Bond theme in there.
Like when they ramp over and interrupt the wedding, like these moments happen in James Bond because, things are destroyed, but it's like, all right, the sequence has already gone so long, we don't really need him, like, cutting through the wedding. Like, it's just like, you could cut that 15 minutes into, like, 6.
Yeah.
And put some music in, and it would be fun, because the end is cool, like, he, spins around,
I'm okay with it.
Pulls the lever, blows him up, like, cool, yes, great.
But
like, we don't need some southerner being like,
it's like hanging a chandelier in a haunted house. Like, it just doesn't fit. But that's the number one. That's the one of the two. The second one is relatively minor, but it's minor in the sense of it's not as big a thing as the chase. But there's this gun that's presented at the end.
At the end, not
at the end of the film.
Movie at all.
Nowhere else.
To do with anything.
It's just right there.
Blows up a couch and he's like, "Oh, champagne, oopsie."
It's it's like an inflatable bullet. If you're watching this, you've seen the movie. It's an inflatable like bullet that blows up something with compressed air, and it's like I can be on board with that on some level. But the villain gets killed with it, and he looks like a balloon.
He turns into a balloon. Going
up and hits it's not believable at all, and it's like, was this necessary at all?
Like, there's so many ways you could kill him. And if you have to use this little pellet, maybe it just pops and he's like blood everywhere or something.
Like, fine.
Or like, I don't know, Bond chokes him and feeds him to his own crocodiles or sharks or whatever. Like,
were there crocodiles or alligators in the pool there?
I think they were sharks.
Or sharks, yeah. Okay, so
they were sharks,
you could cut it because they fall into the water and Bond does get out. Why couldn't you just have like sharks in here like, like you could just do that?
Yeah, there's so many ways this guy could die, and like he's
one of the best Bond villains in my opinion.
He's capable. He's
but this is how he goes.
He runs a country and he runs this major crime gang in New York, and he can fight. So why not have him wrestle in the water and like just strangle him? I don't know, something. Why does he have to die stupid?
It's a travesty. Like you said, it's a travesty.
Not what happens when you just don't turn into a balloon. So, and Corey's gonna change that scene too.
Yeah,
where
I'm gonna put it up.
And the sharks come and Bond escapes.
I don't know when I'll be able to get to it exactly, but I'll get it up.
Oh, and then Solitaire's like, "What happened to him?" And then he's like, "Well, he had a inflated opinion of himself." Like, first off, didn't you just see him blow up?
Whatever.
But it's just like the thing is, if you cut that and the boat chase, this movie would be top notch.
So great. Like, it's not over the top great, like fantastic, but it is definitely one of the more solid Bond films. It's fun. Solid. It's got a good tone. It's got everything up until that boat chase. I was fine with, legitimately fine. I took every joke. There was like some things that I could nitpick, but I was just like, whatever. My headcanon's like, turn it off. It's fine.
Yeah, when Teehee shows up at the end, they have that little fight, throws him out the window, and then Barry Zombie's there laughing on the train, like...
Fun. My one minor complaint earlier in the film was that I don't quite believe that the whole parade was in on taking each 00 agent out. But again,
this guy hasn't seen John Wick.
But the thing is, well, no, I've seen all 3 John Wicks, actually, but...
I can't watch them. They're intolerable.
But that's...
insufferable.
It's a nitpick. I can take it as a nitpick.
He also didn't like when he ran over the alligators. Like, oh no, you can't step on an alligator.
You can. It just, I don't know. It just felt too set up.
You can't.
No.
I can't.
I can, if I was given the chance.
Yeah. All right, so what do you give this one?
All right. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going to say 3.25 for what it is. But if those two scenes were fixed, I think it could easily get up to 3.75. I think. Because otherwise, I like a lot of it. I really do. But, those scenes are such a drag. So for what it is, 3.25. But other than that, it could be higher.
Yeah, I agree, 3.25, and I would say I would put it as a 4 if it were.
Yeah, even it could be a 4. I mean,
4. Roger Moore is like very sassy.
He's good.
Great. So
it's enjoyable.
I'll still put this in like the top half, I think.
I want to see a final version.
Yeah.
I want to see that final version with both scenes edited, and just see how we feel at the end of it.
Yeah.
Like watch the full film.
Yeah. So get to work on that and get ready for the Roger Moore era because it's it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Ow, that's aluminum foil scratching my face.
It's not. It's steel.
Ow. Oh, okay.